Hi, this is my patient Rob, and he's a 56-year-old male. While I was doing his assessment, I noticed that he had a lot of recession on the upper and lower anteriors. And I asked him about it, and he said that he's a really big scrub brusher. So for scrub brushing, and for the recession, I will recommend that he starts to use the Stillman method. So that is when it is similar to the Bass method. That is when the filaments of the toothbrush are placed partially on the cervical portion of the teeth and partially on the gingiva. And when you're using that, let's use my pen. You're gonna brush short back and forth vibratory strokes with light pressure. You do not want to have your toothbrush so hard up against your teeth. So as I'm also doing the assessment on him, I noticed that on the posterior teeth, he has a lot of bridges. So for fixed prosthetics, I'm going to recommend that he starts to use the Charter method. So the Charter method is when the filaments are directed toward the crown of the tooth and placed at the gingival margin and angled at a 45-degree angle to the long axis of the tooth. And you're also going to use the short back and forth and vibratory strokes. So for my patient, I also want to recommend that he is going to start to tongue brush. He doesn't do that now, so he's going to start. So tongue brushing reduces bacteria, it controls malodor, improves the taste perception, and for that I'm going to recommend that he uses a manual toothbrush or a tongue scraper. My patient always complains of bad breath no matter how often he brushes his teeth. So for that, I'm going to recommend that he uses antimicrobial toothpaste, and mouthwash. And it's also fluoridated, so that way we can prevent dental caries and help with everything. So for my patient, he says he doesn't floss too often. He definitely doesn't floss in the morning or the nighttime or even after he eats anything. So for my patient, I'm going to recommend C-shaped flossing. So when you C-shape floss, you're going to put the floss in a proximal and you're going to wrap the floss around the whole crown of the tooth. And you're just going to really get around both sides. You're going to get the mesial and the distal of the other tooth. So for my patient, I'm going to recommend a couple of appliances for him. I'm going to recommend that he starts to use an electrical toothbrush, and that he gets a water pick. So a water pick is so it gets really interproximal of each tooth and gets into the deep pockets, because he has recession, he really wants to get in there. And I also am going to recommend that he brushes twice a day, and for at least 2 minutes, could be longer, definitely not shorter. And at this point, I would, with my patient, do the tell, show, do method, and I would show him exactly what to do and how to brush him those specific ways and how to floss. And then for my patient, I'd have a follow-up with him in 3 months, and I would see how everything is working, and hopefully everything is becoming more easily and better for my patient.